Hey YouTube, it's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to my videos. I'm finally back. I took a couple days off. It was a rough month of April, and now we're finally in May 1st, 2017. And welcome to Movies with Numbers in the Title. Yes, these are all movies that are going to have numbers in the title, whether they're a sequel or not. It doesn't matter. It's as long as it has one number written or numerical, it counts. So we're going to start with a dramatic movie, and I saw this movie years ago, but it has a number in it. It has three numbers in it, and it is James Franco's Oscar-nominated entry, 127 Hours. Yes, this is a film done by Danny Boyle. He did Slumdog Millionaire and uh, 28 Days Later, and then 28 Weeks Later. So those are other movies that have numbers in the title, but he's a good actor. He's a good director. He really sold this movie. It's basically James Franco gives an Oscar-worthy performance in this movie. He plays it's a true story of a man that is mountain climbing and he's just jumping around and fooling, goofing off with these two girls played by Amber Tamblyn and Kate Mara. Yeah, this is Kate Mara before she did Fan Four Stick. This is a much better performance, and he goofs off and he jumps the wrong way and he gets his hand caught between two rocks and he's stuck there for days. Granted, a premise like that would not work today. I mean, people will probably say, oh, it's so boring. It's just his hand getting stuck. No, it's the drama of what he goes through so that he could try to get his hand out so he can escape. And it's a very emotional, very draining, very realistic approach on someone suffering. He's filming himself while his hand is stuck there, and it's not silly. It's very, very dark. And Franco's face, his expressions, his emotion, it works to a freaking T. This movie was worthy of an Oscar. Like, Franco proved that this guy could act. He proved that the Spider-Man films are just a small part of his resume, and he could go deeper and really stretch his acting muscles, and it worked. I mean, he is fantastic when he's yelling and he's like, "Oh God, what did I do?" You feel every emotion on his face. He carries the movie because the other two girls are basically, they goof off with him. They're in like the water, and and then they don't realize that he's stuck, and he doesn't get found until 127 hours. It's more than 4 days later, and he would have died. Like, if this was a lesser man, he would have died of starvation or of like dehydration. Because, well, there's a day that it rains, so he drinks the rainwater. Uh, with his other hand, it's really, really effective. Like, I thought this movie would be boring, but I'm like, Boyle directs it to in a way that just it sucks you right in. And if you have not seen this movie, see it, because this is how a movie should be made. This is how dramas should be made. Like, not that they have to be bloody or realistic all the time, but make us care about the lead characters in personal life, and make us care about the lead characters when he or she suffers. That's when the drama is more effective, not when it's just all melodramatic for no reason. Here, I cared about Franco's character, and then when he finally gets his hand out of the thing, he has to like cut it off. They made a joke about this in Deadpool, like when he cuts his hand off and gives the finger to Colossus. That's awesome. But here, he does it, and it's very bloody and it's very realistic. It doesn't look fake. And Franco basically at the end of the film has one hand, and but he finds happiness. I think he's married to Lizzie Kaplan in the film at the end. And the way this man really suffered is very intriguing, because a lesser man, like I said, would have either died, bled to death, or would have just given up and say, no, no one's going to find me. But you see, when you don't give up on hope, you will be found. And it's a very inspiring movie without beating it over your head. It's not pretentious at all. It's a very well shot, very well acted, very emotional film. Like, people cried when they saw this movie, and I can see why, because it's an emotional journey. And the James Franco just makes this movie work. I cannot see another actor pulling this off. Not his brother David, or like Tobey Maguire. No, this was Franco's role that really skyrocketed him to Oscar-worthy success. I wish he had won for this movie because he was fantastic. Like, you see this and you wonder why there's actors and actresses from England that can't act and get nominations for Oscars, and this man didn't win. It just pisses me off. Like, because Franco is an all-American man that he can be funny, he can be dramatic, and the guy can act. There's a reason he's been acting since the early 2000s, or like the late 90s, early 2000s. And some of these newbies won't be around very long because you're only as good as your last film, and Franco has been nailing it every single time. Uh, this is one of his dramatic roles. This movie's not funny at all, so don't expect finding this to be a romantic comedy with some drama in it. It's a drama, trust me. And the approach of the movie works. There's no CGI in it. It's all practical effects of his hand coming off and the blood. It's really intense. Like I saw that and I almost cringed. I'm like, wow, this is what you can do with a budget this small and no CGI and no tricks. Just an actor giving a performance and just talking to the camera and being emotional, and you feel everything that he goes through. That's what a movie should make you do. Movie is art. You want to look at it and feel something, express yourself. Not, oh, I'm just want to be mindless. I just want to look at it and that's it. No, it shouldn't be background music. It should be really well done stuff. And this movie is fantastic. It's probably Danny Boyle's best film, I must say, because I haven't seen Slumdog Millionaire. I have it, but that's not going to give me the emotional punch that this one did. Plus, that movie's 2 hours. This movie's to the point. It's an hour and 35 minutes. It's not 2 hours long. It goes by real quick. You feel everything that James Franco goes through. It's a very well told story, and when he gets out, it's very triumphant. And I was like, good. I'm glad that his character survived and moved on with his life. He has one hand, but he still went. He still kept going, like Doctor Strange. That's more inspirational than half of your preachy bullshit that you have now, like God's not dead too. You don't need that. I'm sorry. Beating an agenda over people's heads is not the way to live life. You do it by living one day at a time and being real. And this movie is as real as it gets. So thanks for watching. Any flaws in the movie? The girls are kind of underused. That's basically it. Because the emotion is there. Like Franco carries the movie on his shoulders, and he is worthy of this Oscar nomination that he got. So thanks for watching, guys. I keep watching my videos and liking, subscribing, and all that good stuff. Josh, I'm glad you're back on YouTube. I know I had a power failure too last week. That's why I didn't do a video last Thursday, because I didn't have any power. And basically, it was a rough month of April, but we're in May now. Guardians comes out in 4 days. I can't wait. I'm going to be so happy when that movie is released. And I'm going to get redemption for all the bad films I saw the last 3 years. And it's a sequel that I've been waiting for a long time. So anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next Movies with Numbers review. Later.